This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ZDX. Only $459 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt & Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt & Rayom can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Canes and the Heat, no one promised better inside on the South Florida beat.
Welcome. Hold on, aboard. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to have to take that off at the moment. Okay. All right. Sean, do we have it now? Because I did not set up the mic. Are we good now? You got me? You got me? How we doing?
I've got you, but I can't tell if it's the mic or if it's just your audio from the computer.
I see. So I will go to settings. Hello, everybody. And I'm going to go to audio. And no, we got to go with USB. And there we go. Okay. Are we set now, Sean? Are we doing all right? Are we
You
doing
sound
better?
a lot crisper. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
I want to
Crispy.
a little bit.
How's that?
Might want to turn up just a little bit, or if you're going to start yelling, then keep it there. But right now, you're a little low for the big O.
Okay. So am I better now? Are we good? Oh, you know what? I could turn up the volume.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. All right. We are just getting set up here. Hope you all are doing well out there. Let me see where the chat board is. Thank you all. I see you all chatting. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been interesting. It was an interesting trip here. Let me set this up because I want to get the damn background there. Okay. Anyway, it's been an interesting trip out to Madrid. We didn't have any delays whatsoever. Bless those folks that are working TSA and everything else. They were fantastic. And, obviously they just signed the deal now, so they're all going to get paid. But we didn't have any problem taxiing out or anything like that, like some of the nightmare stuff that you've been hearing about. So that was good. But, man, that trip, 8 hours in a plane, it did a number on my back, that seat. So that's one thing that I'm adjusting to. I had to get up like 4 different times to just walk around and stretch the legs and stuff like that. But it's good. It's a beautiful city, having fun. Wife is having a good time. The architecture is just absolutely amazing. We're starting to eat. So we just got here, it was a mission just to get established yesterday. We got here like at 6 a.m, but couldn't get into our Airbnb till 2 p.m. So, it was like one of those missions for a while with our bags and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, when you get in, you're just so tired from traveling and everything, and just got to charge the battery. And we walked around the city last night. It was really pretty. We went down La Gran Via, as they call it, which is the giant street, basically, in English. But big, beautiful city. 7 million people live here in Madrid. Just fantastic. And we are going to be doing our post-game show at the Irish Rover. It is a beautiful bar. If you go to our Twitter page at Big O Show, you will see the bar. I did a little video of it. You can check it out. It is 3 blocks from the stadium where the Dolphins and the Commanders will play. So we're not doing a pregame show. We're only doing a postgame show. We couldn't do pregame. Plus, pregame's kind of short anyways to go through all that. It was, so postgame is really the important one. And so I'll be there right after the game like we normally are, and we'll be on live. So if you want to join us, it's Avenida de Brasil 7. Avenue del Brazil 7. All right. So if you're coming out right after the game, you can come join us. It's a great bar, by the way. My wife and I just had lunch there, and it was, late lunch, early dinner practically, but it was delicious. So she had a burger, which I could never go for this shit, but she had a burger with an egg on it. Like, I don't know. Burgers and eggs, it just, pineapple and pizza. There are just some places I won't go. Burger and eggs is one of them. So, but she enjoyed it. And then I had this chicken sandwich, grilled chicken sandwich was good. And what I love is when you do order a Coke here, they bring you the glass one. So that is strong, except in the little stores around, if you want one, they don't sell them. One store, by the way, was selling a Messi jersey of Inter Miami. They had an Argentina jersey and a Messi jersey with Inter Miami. Now, remember where I'm at. For those of you that don't follow this, you're not going to pick up on it. But Messi played in Barcelona. We're here. Well, it's a little different, right? Because there's another, Real Madrid is here. And so, you're not Barcelona and Real Madrid are two different fan bases. And so they weren't going to put a Barcelona Messi jersey out there in the front. So they put a Messi Argentina and Messi Inter Miami. They didn't put the Barcelona one, which I thought that was kind of interesting. And, a sports person picks up on that. The average person just looks at it and, whatever. But it's pretty cool that Inter Miami's jersey is being sold, in the streets of Madrid. So it's actually pretty cool. Does the hat pass? I need a hat. I like my hats, so I figured I'd get a Madrid hat and have a little fun with it. So there you go. I did get another. Where's the other one I bought, my love? Where is it over there? I got another one, but it was. Why do you think this one was? What do you think, Sean, inspired me to get this Madrid one, huh? What do you think inspired me on this one, huh? What do you think? You want to take a guess?
It looks like the University of Tennessee Volunteers hat, but I know that's not right. So,
right. So why did I get orange?
Canes?
Bitcoin. Come
on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Some of us are.
Sorry, I was thinking sport.
Yeah. Well, it's on this show. You got to think sports and Bitcoin. I mean, this is not the show you think Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? You got to think Bitcoin on this show. That's what we are. Where are we at here on the chat board? Thank you all out there for tuning in. Hit the like button, por favor. It's very important. You get the algorithms going. I see Relentless is number 1. AJ, Pat in Asheville. Let's see. Gabriel Perez. Let's see. Jay Gelfin is in the house. It's a little rainy right now. It stopped raining. So it's good. Now we get to walk around because it's been raining all day actually today. So it's supposed to be for the next 3 days. We're supposed to get, some rain. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? Let's see what else. Jimbo. Thank you, sir. That's too kind. I appreciate you. Why? A big hello. Thank you, sir. And Madrid is fun. There's no doubt about it. Jay Gelfin, yeah, I know they lost to DC Power. I know. But we got to get Tampa Bay now on Saturday, so we'll bounce back. Robert Higgins is in the house. Ad Marks. Let's see who else. Jesus loves us all, and we love Jesus. Let's see, Jose Banos. Jimbo says, one thing that has bothered me for years, Finns have had the same training staff all throughout, many head coaches. Seems like they have more share of soft tissue injuries. Should they overhaul the training staff? I got to tell you something. My friend, has been brought up many times, Jimbo, by a lot of people. The guy that was, now I'm forgetting his name, the lead guy is not here anymore. He left a while back, so they changed that. But you're right. They have had a lot of, soft tissue injuries. But, I mean, look at San Francisco. They've got a ton of injuries. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's just good luck or bad luck. You know what I'm saying? When in the 70s, when football was brutal, okay, guys are bigger and stronger now. There's no doubt, but they had less protection back then, and it was just smelling salt and send your ass back in, and they were concussed, a bunch of those guys, and they went to 3 straight Super Bowls, and they didn't have a lot of injuries. So it was not like ravaged with injuries. There were injuries, but not like this. And sometimes I just feel you get on a roll. Look at the Bills. Their offensive line has been together for 3 years now. That's ridiculous. That's just, how does that happen? You know what I'm saying? But that's part of why you're a good team, because how many times do we talk about it on this show? You got to dominate on the line. And you dominate on the line, you are going to be a hell of a team no matter what. And that's the difference. And to have the freakish injuries is one thing, but when it's consistent like this, Jimbo, it does make you wonder. It does make you wonder, and it's a fair question to ask. I don't know if it's fair criticism or not, because, dude, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I can't answer that question. And so that's the thing. I don't know each individual case, what went on and those things, but man, it does look like we're snake bitten. I totally understand that, So I get your concern on that one. Brian Radke, hello to you, sir. Jose Banos, wondering if the Dolphins will struggle in this game. I feel like McDaniel never does well versus coaches that he's worked with. He's beaten some of the guys that he's worked with, and they've beaten him a bunch too, obviously. But yeah, listen, to me, this game does not come down to anything about that. Play like you played against Atlanta, and play like you played against Buffalo, which is what we've all been clamoring for. Run, run, run. Center your offense around the run. You do that, and you win. But in the middle game, which was the Ravens game, let me get cute. Let me put Taj Washington in, and let me take Jamal, what's it called? Right out. And then Ollie gets injured, and you're stuck with one guy in a physical game, and you can't do what you wanted to do in the Atlanta game or what you did in the Buffalo game, where you're featuring three backs because you've only got one. Don't get cute here. That's all. Don't get cute. Play the game. Play the game the only way your team can really be good. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. Play the game the only way your team can actually be really good. And we should see the Dolphins win against Washington. The defense is playing as good as it can possibly play. You're not playing a better quarterback this week. You're playing a much lesser quarterback. And their starter's out. So that's a huge advantage. And Mariota runs. He's not much of a passer. Got to stop it, man. That's what you got to do here. You got to make sure that you take care of business and don't get cute. Play the game the way you need to play the game, and everything will work out. Right now, the Dolphins are a better team than Washington. So go prove it. That's it. It's really not that difficult. Just play the way you're supposed to play. Run the damn ball. Commit yourself to the run. Offensive linemen love it. Castle is in the house. Thank you, sir. I'm not a legend. I'm just an old guy, and I've been around for a while. But, sometimes they use the word legend, but it's really, you're old. And that's the way that's the truth right there. But thank you, my brother, for the love. I appreciate that. Sweet baby Ray is in the house. Let's see, Rob Cow, Steven Gonzalez. Thank you, sir. Hugo, saludos de Santa Fe, Nuevo Mexico. Thank you, Hugo, out in New Mexico. Appreciate you, mi hermano. The flight was nearly 8 hours, like 7:40 or something like that. Yeah, we gained a half hour. I guess we must have had some real nice tailwinds, and it was catapulting us a little bit more. So it was good. Sweet Baby Ray says, not a fan of burgers with eggs either. Yeah, it's kind of a weird combo. My wife loves it, but it is a weird combo. Not for the people that eat it, by the way. The people that eat it love it. Pat in Nashville says, funny that McDaniel in his press conference didn't know. Wait a minute. I lost you there. Didn't know that bottle caps stay on the bottles in the EU. Yes. Yes, me and my wife have a terrible habit of, and it's already happened. So, here's the proper way of opening it. And then here's your cap. And your cap stays on. I can't take my mic down, but your cap stays on. So then that way, when you put it this way, my wife was so paranoid, she didn't open it all the way. Now it's the way it's supposed to be. So it dangles like this. And then when you want to put it away, you just go like this. And it's actually a really smart thing because you don't lose the cap. And it's also one less thing you'll pollute with. Because at least if you throw away the whole thing with the cap, it's just one thing. But if you do the cap one else, so it's kind of that. But my idiot self, okay, when I opened my bottle of water, I broke it. You see? I'm supposed to leave it on. But I was like, hey, why is it sticking? And hey, I'm American. In America, we tear it off. And no, you're not supposed to tear it off. The European way is a little different than the American way. So, folks, when you come out here, make sure you open the bottles the proper way, not the idiot way. Okay? That's, you'll learn. It's just, it'll happen to any of us. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, I like my cap separate. It's actually a good idea. I commend them for that idea. Let's see. Brian Landis in the house. Thank you, sir. Think Blue Dodgers checking in LA. I know he's smoking a fat one right now. Handsome Joker is in. Pues sí, hombre. Cesar Cienfuentes enjoying Madrid, says. And the Dippity. Eddie Lep, Caroon. Rain in Spain. Oh, no. Glad you're in Madrid. Gabriel Perez. What's up? Magnus is in. Joseph Elang. Let's hope they don't win just enough for Ross to get stupid, or at least more stupid to keep the coach. Dude, our owner is a first-class dumbass. Okay? He's a nice man. He'll spend a lot of money, and that's all well and good, but he's a dumbass. He doesn't know football, and here's the worst thing about it. He has no one around him that has given him any good advice. Do you understand that? Okay, this is the part you got it. This is the part that hurts. This is the part where I reach in and I tap you on the heart, and you're gonna go, "Oh shit, dude, that hurt." Dan Marino's around him all the time. Nat Moore's around him all the time. My favorite wide receiver in Miami Dolphin history. Tom Garfinkel's around him all the time. For years. He's asking them for advice. And by the way, for those of you that keep asking about Marino being a GM, and which he didn't want the job in the first place, or you talk about Jason Taylor or Zach Thomas, which they've never even wanted to do that job at all. But I just give you Tom Brady. He's in his second year. Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, and the running back, Genti, that looks like a bust right now. Yeah, he's a real genius. Okay? So that's the worst part, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Ross has nobody to turn to. He doesn't know anything, and the people that sit in that suite all the time, They don't do it. Put it this way. He went out with his partner, former owner, to go get, Sean Payton and Tom Brady, and then got fined a first and a third rounder. So the part that I want you all to know is, and you got to think deep, and I know it hurts. It hurts like crazy. But Stephen Ross doesn't have anybody around him. That's the bad part. The people that are currently there, they all suck. Okay? They all suck. Just make sure you understand that. Because I know Marino's part of the mix and my favorite player of all time. My favorite wide receiver and my favorite Dolphin of all time. They're both in that room, and they bring nothing to the table. Hurts, right? But that's what we do on the show. we talk about the stuff that, you know, some of you, it's kind of uncomfortable. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to mention it, but it's the reality. It's the reality. Ain't got nobody around him. So I don't know what he's going to do, and I don't have any confidence in what he's going to do. That's the sad part. You know, if you have any confidence, you're lying to yourself. It's kind of the way I look at it. John Moore, Big O, what can you see from McD the rest of the season to make you change your mind on him? Run the table and win a playoff game. Okay. You want me to do that? Go ahead, run the table and win a playoff game. And then I'll say, well, okay, maybe you can keep him. But if you can't run the table and win a playoff game, then what's the use? And please don't tell me about the start, because then we start with the whole Flo shit. That year Flo got fired. He got fired because he lost the first 7 games. You know, the harder part of the schedule. So, you know, I'm not about, oh, well, things didn't go well, and now in the second half things are going well. Nah. You're going to have to win a playoff game for me to say, well, okay. You know, if you're able to do that, that'd be pretty impressive. Let's see. First of all, you know what? Just start running the ball on Sunday. I just need you to do it for 2 weeks in a row, that you can actually be a competent head coach. You're asking about changing your mind. See, fans get a little too emotional. One win and you're already wanting to talk about changing your mind about the coach. Why would you? What the hell has he proven? You know what I mean? He is the most unorganized buffoon we have ever had on the sidelines. So why would you even change your mind about an unorganized buffoon? I'm not exactly sure. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So he's a bad coach. Only good coaches actually win consistently and do things the right way. This guy just is a complete head case. You have no idea what scatterbrain is going to do from one moment to another. So it takes a lot to change my mind for that guy. A lot. Bo Brown, what's up with you, baby? Let's see. Carlos Alberto. What was the name of the driver? Oh, Carlos Roberto, right? The guy that just brought us here is Carlos Roberto, the driver on the Bolt, right? Yeah, we didn't use Uber here. We use Bolt. By the way, if you're not going to have your phone active, which we don't, we're relying on internet everywhere, right? You can't, on Uber, you cannot order a Uber with WhatsApp. But on Bolt, you can order your car. And Bolt is exactly like Lyft and Uber and all that here in Europe or in Madrid and or in Spain, whatever. And Bolt is actually really cool. One, it's got Wi-Fi in the car. Okay, so if you're living off WhatsApp like I am, I'm connected again. 2, it's got a screen where you can watch YouTube, whatever. We were in the car for 35 minutes, so you can watch whatever you want, music, YouTube, news, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's got that. And the TV has dangling all the different chargers that you may need. Bolt is a company that owns their cars and hires the drivers. That's how they do it here for that company. I don't know about Uber or Lyft. That's a little different. So just in case, if you're coming to Spain or if you're coming to, I don't know, Europe, maybe they have it in other places. I think they do. Bolt is the one you want to actually use over Uber and that, and especially if you're not, getting a European SIM card or whatever, and you're going to live off of WhatsApp. So you're going to be living off of Wi-Fi. By the way, if you do that, do what I also do. Make sure you have a VPN. So when you connect to a Wi-Fi, you put on your VPN, and then your IP disappears. Okay, so little traveling tips there for you all if you come out here. Let's see. Carlos Alberto's question was, been thinking about having our Dolphins playing in one of the greatest sporting venues like Santiago Bernabeu is amazing. It is. And it's a beautiful stadium too. Yeah, it's fun. Let's see. George Gutierrez, Andrew Mann. Stop wearing goofy capri pants would be a good start to changing Big O's opinion on McDaniel. George G says, we buy Bitcoin today, Big O. Damn right. Damn right. It's a beautiful window. Not financial advice by any stretch whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Not that I'm a financial advisor, never have been, never will be. But yes, this is a sweet buying time for Bitcoin, man. This whole 4 months, 5 months of consolidation, I love it. I love it because then it takes off to 130, 140, 150, and then it'll consolidate again in the 120s or 130s or something. People will panic again because it'll go for 4 months and people have short-term memories, and this always happens. And then it takes off to 170, 180, and then it consolidates again, and it just, kind of gives you time, But there will be a time, I'm telling you, when violent rips are coming. And it's going to be one violent rip after another violent rip after another violent rip up. And then it becomes buying the sats will be very, very minimal because it's so expensive to buy the sats. So take advantage now. As I tell everybody out there, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Stack sats. KISS with 4 S's. Anyway, let's see what else do we have here. Rainier, thank you, sir. We are enjoying our time. I appreciate you. GusGus1388 is in the house. James Vivinetti. What does Ross have to do to get people around him that can help him build a winner? He's going to need the right people around him talking to him. And he certainly does not have that now. All the people that have been hanging around him for years, none of them have any good advice. Because I'm sure he's followed their advices all throughout. Don't you think? Please, let's use common sense. All these same people are walking around and hanging out and in this box with him. You think he's not asking their opinions on a whole bunch of things? Oh, yeah. So, what else do we have? We called a timeout before the first snap of the game. Never seen that before. I know. And this guy wants to think about changing my mind on the guy. Yeah, it's crazy. Big O, does Weaver keep his job? I think they blow out everybody. Our franchise, our owner, after the third game, by the way, I spoke with somebody in the building, and I gave him, I told him this 2 days ago. I said, I don't know why they didn't fire McDaniel after the third game and put Weaver in and give him the 14 games. And he goes, I'm with you 100%. I don't understand that. 2 days ago, somebody in the building. So, that's all you need to know. Sucks. And you could have given Weaver 14 games to find out. Now, how many of you are guilty? Huh? When week 3, this guy was telling, get rid of him and put Weaver in, and you're telling me Weaver sucks. After you watched them last year become a top 10 scoring defense with no pass rush. They gave him a team with no secondary, 3 young defensive tackles that are not ready to play, linebackers that aren't good in coverage, and now you're asking him to come up with a hell of a defense right away. And I told you all that it was going to take at least half a season to figure it out. But by the time he figures it out, it's too late in the season. So some of you now are Weaver fans when you weren't Weaver fans. Not nice. Okay? So we're screwed because we have a stupid owner. Because Weaver should be the coach right now, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? I love Weaver. He would have been my head coach. I would have tried him out for 14 games, but I don't know what happens now. Now they blow out everybody, give him the proverbial, interview or whatever, and then he doesn't get hired. I don't know what happens, dude. I really don't. But Weaver is head coach material. and will be a head coach someday. It may not be for our team, and we're going to watch him kick ass somewhere else, but you go ahead and mark it down. I like the guy. I think he's head coach material. Ty in the Bronx. There he is. He's in the house. Devin Jordan, what time is it over there? We are 6 hours ahead of you, sir. So it's 8:30 right now. Right? Yeah, 8:26. So it's 2:26 for you. It's 8:26 for us. Jimbo says, I love Nat Moore, also Big O. He was the wide receiver that transitioned between the Super Bowl teams and through the Woodstock era and part of Marino's initial wide receiver crew. I know. I love Nat Moore. He's one of the greatest individuals and human beings in the face of the earth. When God said, let me create some really good human beings, fuck football players. Forget that shit. When God said, I need to create human beings that will represent people the right way on earth, he created Nat Moore. He created Nat Moore. And then he also became one hell of a receiver for the Miami Dolphins and my favorite receiver of all time. When I was a kid and I was playing out in the street, the guy I said I was Nat Moore. Okay, my saying was the Nat the Moore. Okay, as a kid, that was my guy. But he's around Stephen Ross all the time, and so is Danny, and so is all these people. And you know, I do simple math. My wife is a math teacher. She can handle the algebra and all that other stuff. When letters come into the mix, that's when I said to math, I'm out of here, bro. I'm done. Okay, but I can do simple math. And simple math tells me that these people have been around him for all his 15 years. And he constantly makes mistakes over and over and over again. And he's had Tannenbaum and that other clown from the Jets before that in his ear and who knows what. And, you know, so as much as I love Nat Moore or Dan Marino, I don't think anybody in that room is giving him any good advice. Not Tom Garfinkel, nobody. Tom Garfinkel can run the hell out of the business side of the team. Oh, no doubt. He is the man. Okay, look at that property. But we're talking about football where they fail miserably. So that tells me the worst thing about Stephen Ross is he doesn't know football and has no one around him to give him good advice. That's bad. That's bad. Never ever use public chargers, especially abroad. Yes, I agree with that. Take your own charger. I have like a battery pack and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I agree with that 100%. How does Spain compare to other places you've been? You know what, Eddie? It's only my second day. Give me the rest of the week to compare it to. Like, let's say, so far, I'd rather go to Paris. But it's a little early. Let me finish. You know, I've only been here 2 days, my man. So it's really not fair for me to let me finish the 7 days. Let me get to Monday. And when I'm done on Monday and I've gone to Toledo and I've done to, you know, a couple things and all that kind of stuff, then, you know, then we got it going on. But, you know, it's like the last 24 hours, brother. I've been settling down, resting, trying to charge the battery back up again because, dude, that trip took a lot out of me. Like, a lot. You know, because it screwed up my entire clock. So give me till Monday, and I will have a legitimate response. Like right now, it would be an ignorant one. I don't have not enough proof yet. Moore was also the kick returner and one of the smartest wide receivers. Yeah, bro, he housed one back in the day. Pat in Asheville, thank you, sir. Oscar Rojas, he's smashing it out in Melbourne. Andrew says, my favorite Finns catcher of all time was Jim Crash Jensen. He was money on third downs. Tough son of a bitch. God, I loved Crash Jensen. Who doesn't love Crash Jensen? Anybody that lived that era, we all love Jensen. How can you not? He sold out for his team. Sold out. Dolphin Dave is in the house. Oscar says, take care of yourself and your health. Sounds like you're getting a little sick. Have fun. God bless you, your wife, and your friends and family. Have a great time in Spain. We will. It's just sometimes you get a little sniffly because you're walking in and out of the rain and stuff like that. Hopefully, I'm not getting sick, but you never know. Patrick Gielen, another Dan Campbell situation. Yeah, but Dan wasn't ready at that time, whereas Weaver's bounced around a lot more than Dan. Just getting here. I might take a chance on Weaver. Dan had no experience. He was really fresh. He would have failed bad here. So, that one doesn't really fly here, the Dan Campbell one, because he would have been a failure here. He needed to go to Sean Payton for 5 years and learn. That's one thing you all got to let that one go. That one's it's not worthy, because we would have screwed up Dan Campbell here is what we would have done. Let's see. Honest opinion on Cuban native Fernando Mendoza. I would take him number one if I had the number one pick. But in the end, Adrian, I will tell you what again, can you handle honesty? Just wondering. Can you handle honesty? Just wondering. If you can handle honesty, okay. We got Marino. Did Shula do right by him? Did he surround him with what he needed to win? No. Ryan Tannehill is a shit quarterback in my book. Okay? He gets what's it called? The scatterbrain. And when it gets tough, he's done. He'll flip out, he'll freak out, and he'll make the mistake. That's who he is. That's what he always was, because he's not a real quarterback. But when the Dolphins had him, they gave him no talent at the beginning. That first year was like Brian Hartline and nothing. Took a beating. As time went on, they gave him a little bit more talent, but really, in the end, he is what he is. He would need a lot to carry him. Well, guess what happened? He goes to Tennessee. He still becomes Tannehill in key moments. Vrabel actually finally learned that part, and then they had to cut him after the 3 interceptions in the playoff game because, of course, it wasn't Derrick Henry covering. But my point is Tennessee went farther with Tannehill than Miami ever did because they understood what he was, at least to a certain extent, and had Henry and everybody else carry the team. Tannehill only had to complement. And when you put Tannehill in a position that he had to win, that's when he paid the price. Okay, so now comes Tua. You've got Tua. Have they given him the offensive line that he needed? Never. Did they ever commit to the run like what you need for a quarterback like this? No. Do they get him a tight end every year? No. In fact, when he had a tight end last year, he forgot to use him for the first month. And in this year, when he gave him Waller, you use them for a half to take a 17-0 lead, and then you don't use them in the second half. Do you think that helps the quarterback? Nah. When you lost by 2 points, the guy didn't do anything the whole game until the end when he caught a touchdown. So you have failed around Tua. You have failed around Tannehill. You have failed around Marino. So let me ask you something, dude. Who gives a shit if you draft a Cuban kid? Why? Because you're Cuban? Because you jingoistically want to follow it and say, yay? That doesn't mean shit, dude. So if we've got Stephen Ross, who doesn't know what the hell he's doing, couldn't find his asshole with a funnel, okay? So if we've got Stephen Ross and he's got nobody around him, we have no idea what the hell they're going to do. And every quarterback we have, we never support. You know, Jay Fiedler was the best supported quarterback out of all 4 of them. They gave him 2, not one, but 2 all-pro type backs because Lamar Smith had a Pro Bowl-like year that year, right? And Ricky was a monster. Gave him receivers. Chris Chambers had several guys. Tight end, Randy McMichael. Decent offensive line. Really good defense. He just wasn't good enough. It's funny how Dave Wannstedt was the only guy out of all these people that got it. he was too conservative in his coaching and all that. But the basis of having a line and a running game and physical football is exactly what your quarterback needs in order to succeed. Shula failed to do that around Marino, and we have failed to do that around Tua. So you can draft Mendoza all you want, dude. Mendoza doesn't carry you. Is Mendoza Marino? Not even in his dreams. So if Marino can't carry you, what do you expect Tua or Mendoza or Tannehill or Fiedler to do? Again, do you want to be honest with yourself? Do you want to be honest about the Dolphins? That's really the question. So when you ask that question, don't be a little fan and just say, oh, we got Mendoza and it's over. That's it. We're done. That's what I thought with Marino. Man, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought that with Marino too. And it didn't happen. How crazy is that? And it didn't happen. It didn't even come close. You know? This kind of sucks, right? Don't forget, you can support the show on Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum donation. We always appreciate that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Nico Jones, the key to flying to end from Europe is business class in those pods that lay flat. Game changer. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Ray says, thanks for sharing those cool pictures from Madrid. I'll have more, but I just got here, so you got to give me some time, but we'll have some more. One of my buddies owns a nice restaurant in Barcelona. Wow, very cool, very cool. Jules says, enjoy yourself in Spain and the wife. It's easy. Ross is going to let McDaniel and Tua play out the contract, be here next year too. That would be absolutely – I can understand if you end up deciding to keep Tua, but if you bring back McDaniel – you know, it just proves what I keep telling you. There's nobody around him. You know, there's nobody around him. I don't know if Louis Riddick can do it, bro. You know, he talks a good game on television, but he's really never been a general manager. So, sounds good, but we'll see. Somebody will give him a shot one day because that's what they do with all the TV guys. The Drew, John Geeb. What's the weather like? It's been good until today that there was some rain, but it's slowed down now. Let's see. Tony Nathan. Tony Nathan was awesome, dude. Moto Dad. Fiedler. Yeah, Fiedler's a guy that I'm with you. I'm a Fiedler fan. You know what I mean? But I know that he wasn't an elite quarterback. I get it. But he left his heart, his soul, his blood, sweat, and tears on that field, dude. And I respect that about Jay. He was a tough son of a bitch. And he played hard all the time. And he never gave up. And he was a leader, by the way. Dude, Jay had all the qualities. Jay was just not blessed by the Lord with enough talent. That's all. He just needed a little bit more talent. Just a little bit. But whatever the Lord gave him, he maximized it more than anybody ever could. And that's where you got to commend Jay Fiedler, man. You can never say, we could say this about a lot of players, right? That dude didn't work hard enough. That dude never reached his potential. You'll never say that about Jay Fiedler. You'll never say that. You'll say he overachieved. You say he was a tough guy, a leader, a hard-nosed player. He gave it all. That's it. But the only knock you can have is say that he wasn't good enough, that he wasn't a franchise-type quarterback. That's it. Let's see. How long was the flight? 8 hours, like 7:40, I think it was. I heard there in Madrid that they serve you green olives with everything you eat and drink. Yes, but be careful. They will charge you. And by the way, a tip. It's called the Grand Plaza. Don't eat there. Don't eat there. The sangria is watered down. The soups aren't as good. The food is not that impressive. Oh man, wait a minute. I am losing power. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Sean, do me a favor. Take a 30-second break so I can fix this thing here. Okay.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843. For EJDconstruction.com.
All right, perfect. I got it right now. There we go. Okay. Anyway, all right, what was I saying? Are we good now, Sean? Because I switched over USBs. We're good?
Yeah, you're good. You're talking about the plaza.
Yeah. So at the plaza, At the plaza, don't eat there. Don't at the what's that called, the Square Plaza or whatever it's called. Don't eat there. Okay, it's overrated. All right, we ate at one of the, because that was one of the things I wanted to do. Go to the Grand Plaza because they show it everywhere. It didn't look that good right now. It was kind of dirty. They have a Christmas tree, and then they have a whole bunch of stuff that they're trying to build around it because they're in the middle of dressing the city up for Christmas too. But the Grand Plaza didn't look that good at the moment. But I just want to tell you, because you want to eat in one of those sidewalk cafes there and all that kind of stuff, not worth it. Okay, tables are dirty, pigeons everywhere. No. So don't even bother. The paella there in the square is not. You don't want to eat it there. Okay, if you eat paella, you got to eat it in like other. Go to the Gran Via and go to the restaurants there, but do not eat the paella there in that area. It's just overrated. It's such a tourist trap. It's just not worth it. Go take your pictures, walk it a little bit, all that. It's not as big as it seems like in pictures, by the way. Okay, it's smaller than it was when you walk into it. You go, oh, wait a minute. It looked to me like it was bigger, because you look at it and you think it's as big as like the grand castle that they have here for the Spanish family and all that stuff, and it's just not actually. But again, stay away from the sidewalk cafes. There, it's not worth it. That's another tip for you if you come out here to Spain, to Madrid, that is. Let's see. Brian, I would be a terrible GM, my brother. Juan Mendoza, Dolphins winning Sunday. I have no doubt about it. They will be like the other season where Flo got fired. So you're expecting a complete run here, huh? That would be nice. Greg Chafin, Big O from Ohio. Let's get another win on Sunday for our first back-to-back wins of the season. Still won't mean anything, but just to feel a little bit better about the season. I'm with you, dude. You know me. I'm not the guy that roots for my team to lose. I'm not worried about draft picks or anything like that, because that's not really going to set you up. You got to have the right GM, the right head coach, the right coaches, the right philosophy, the right quarterback, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of combinations that you need in order to succeed. And right now, we don't have any of them. I know for you guys, you don't believe in the quarterback, but I do. If you did the right things around him, I think you'd be fine. Let's see. Greg agrees that Jay was tough. We're 6 hours ahead of you guys, actually. That's what we are. Let's see. Plaza Mayor. That's it. Plaza Mayor. That's what I was talking about. Don't just take your pictures and walk away. That's all I would do at Plaza Mayor. Just take your pictures and walk away. That's what I would do. Let's see. If I remember correctly, Jay Fiedler had a Gadsden and Chambers. Yeah, dude, no, he had receivers, he had running backs, and he just, it's funny because Onstead had the right idea. He wasn't a ballsy coach, but he didn't have the right quarterback. So that's what ended up, really stopping that team. Yep, Fiedler wasn't even drafted. Yep. Let's see. Jay ended up with a 36-23 record as a Dolphin QB. I really liked him for all the reasons Big O mentioned. I mean, who really, if we're as Dolphin fans, how do we not love what Jay Fiedler brought to the table? You know what I mean? I get it. He's not good enough. He wasn't a franchise guy. I get that. I can live with that. I understand that. But overall, he did the best he could. And that we can never take that away from him. Cactus Rider says, right off Plaza Mayor is one of the best soccer stores in the world. I forgot the name. They have jerseys from every team in La Liga and other leagues. I passed it driving back here. When I see it again with the wife, I'll try to take some pictures of it and post it and remember the name. Let's see what else. One of our biggest problems was we always had, as long as I've been alive and a fan, going back to Marino era, we either had a good defense and a bad offense, or vice versa, and no O-line. Yeah, exactly, like with Tua. Yeah, it's been our problem forever. Dude, we haven't had an O-line. Maybe Jay had a decent O-line. Marino's lines were all right. They weren't great. Webb and Sims doesn't make a great line, and it was a great pass protection line. It wasn't a great run line. You have to go to the 70s. To the freaking 70s. It's terrible. It's really weird. Sean, do me a favor. Give me a 1-minute break so I can clear my throat. Por favor. All right?
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Yo! Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
All right. Hope you all are doing well out there. And thank you, by the way, for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button. It is very important that you all smash the like button. Get us, see if we can get us over 100 here. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Tomorrow we will be doing a show. It'll probably be somewhere in the middle of the morning or something like that, because we'll be in the afternoon, obviously, because we're 6 hours ahead. So, I don't know, we'll wake up in the morning, go do some touristy things, and then I'll come back and do a show. So we can do it like at a right around the usual time and that kind of stuff. So we'll try to do that tomorrow. And then remember, on Sunday, we are back for the Irish Rover. That's where we're going to be here in Madrid on Sunday for the postgame show for the Dolphins and Washington. So after Miami thrashes the Commanders, visit us at Avenida de Brasil 7. All right? Avenida de Brasil 7, and it's called the Irish Rover. If you're going to the game, it's 3 blocks from the stadium. Okay? So if you're walking, it's like a 5-minute walk from the stadium. So pretty cool. Really close by. So for those of you fans that are going to the game, come out after the game. We'll have some fun, and we'll have a good time, and you can share a drink and have some good food. The food is excellent. I just had it today. I was there talking with Liz, the manager. She's fantastic and very helpful, and it was awesome. So we got our space already set up. We'll be there when you walk in. There's a video on my Twitter feed from the place, and I show you, like, you know, but when you walk in, you look to the right on the second. It's like an elevated level. I'll be right there on the right side when you walk in, so you can come on by and say hi and all that good stuff, and we look forward to it. So Sean and I will be rocking and rolling on Sunday, getting you guys filled in on all the information after the win over the Commanders, because it will be a win. There's no doubt. It's going to be a win. I was born in 83 and became a Dolphin fan around 89 and 90, so the 70s era Dolphins I missed, but I know the history and how dominant that O-line and D-line was. And we got to get back to that. They're schizophrenic. It's not their fault. LOL, says Brian. We'll never forget Fiedler beating the Raiders that first game after 9/11. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm a Jay fan, so I've always been a Jay fan, always been a Jay supporter. I used to get criticized because I was a Jay supporter. And I'm sorry, you know, I understand where he stands in the whole thing, but that I still had to respect the man for the way he played. You know what I mean? That's all. And that's, I don't know if, for me, you know, I can live with that. Because I know he's not Marino, so I can't ask him to be Marino. But bless him, dude. He did the best he could with what he had. And let me tell you, some of the injuries also limited him, too. That kind of hurt him also. And as time has gone on, I think people have appreciated the Jay Fiedler era a little bit more and appreciate Jay, because we've had some really bad quarterbacks after. And you start to look at it and you say, well, you look at Cleo Lemon, and my God, this Jay Fiedler was, you know, I would say he's better than Ryan Tannehill. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, I don't know. It was one of those. I'm seeing Ed Sarmiento. He says, Big O, if you're in the neighborhood, this place is definitely worth checking out. La Negra Tomasa. And he sent me a picture. There he is with his son, having some fun. All right. Well, Ed, hope to see you on Sunday. And over there at the Irish Rover, bring your son after the game. Come on by and say hi, man. Looking forward to it. And, of course, you guys can follow us on Twitter at Big O Show X, whatever the hell you want to call it. Let me see if there's anything else here on Twitter. Let's see. I see Ray again. Thank you, Ray, for the tweet. All right, appreciate it. All right, what else? Oh, are you sitting in the shower? No, this is it's some kind of a globe. See, a map. You can tell. It's my room. It's my room. There you go. No big deal. That's all it is. But by the way, who the hell would want to see me in the shower? Are you kidding me? That's gross. That would scare a lot of people. So yeah, having a good trip, Eric. Thank you, sir. Let's see, the Dolphin defense post Dan Marino a lot of games, not just. Oh yeah, no, it cost a lot of. Yes, it did. Greg says, I'm going to say 31-13 Dolphins win big, just run the damn ball. Jay was a serviceable QB who could win you games. Sometimes that's all you need, and let your running backs and wide receivers do the work. And I think that's what, you know, that's probably what Wanstead was hoping for in those days. You know. By the way, R&M Contractors, I got to thank Ray and Mike. They're one of the main reasons why we are here. And when it comes to servicing in Dade and Broward counties, whether it's homes or condos, by the way, R&M Contractors are at another level. Ray and Mike, follow them on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Complete remodels, kitchen upgrades with appliances, waterproofing for your terrace, balcony, flood test report, impact windows, door installations, bathroom upgrades, floor restoration. Basically, they do it all, folks. Dade and Broward counties, and they've been at it for a long time. you want to see how exceptional their work is, go to RMC Fisher Island. It's RMC Fisher Island. And call my guy Ray. He's a big Dolphins fan. He makes some trips too at times, but he's always there at the stadium. Just didn't make this trip this time, but check him out and give him a ring, 305-345-3649, R&M Contractors. They know how to do it right. Pedro says, enjoy the trip. My mom and her family are from Spain, and Madrid is my second home. Hope the Finns win. I am with you, my brother. I am with you. McD will emulate peak Seahawks offense and defense. You're smoking the good stuff there, Cactus. You are smoking the good stuff there, okay? Make sure you share with other people, by the way. You know? Yeah. You're smoking the stuff you may need there at Moody Dental. So, that way they don't have to, numb you with a shot. They just give you whatever you're smoking. And then you can, get it done with the Moody family. And we'll see who the Moody MVP of the night is on Sunday for the Miami Dolphins. I'm hoping there's an MVP. By the way, Sean, I didn't watch the game. Didn't a bunch of Cavs miss the game? How did they lose that one? Aren't they supposed to win the game that a bunch of guys took off? How did that
should, but the bench did not help out the Heat. Jaime Jaquez probably had his worst game of the season. Jovic, the bench was not there for them this game.
My boy had 13 rebounds.
Where's playing? Are you talking Larson? Who are you talking? Where?
No, Larson. No,
Larson at 13.
Yeah, dude.
I figured, but Khalil Ware has actually been playing.
Yeah, yes.
A lot better compared to what he was, but the bench let him down last night. That again, you need a complete team for the Heat to win. And last night they were missing one portion, which again, they can't overlook anybody, and that's what Spoelstra said. And if they overlooked them, then they just didn't play well.
Yeah, no, and that is sadly the truth when it comes to the Heat. The Heat are not a good team. So they have to play great team ball to be very competitive because they don't have stars that can carry them. So they all have to be in sync and playing with each other and taking care of each other, whether it's setting picks, whether it's finding the open guy. They have to do all the right things in order for them to be competitive. Larson had, oh, wait a minute. It must have been, did I look at it wrong? Now it says 9 points. Oh, it was Ware that had 13 rebounds. That's what it was. I got it confused. I thought.
Okay, I was going to say, I knew Ware had 13, but I didn't know. I was like, okay, maybe I missed something. Because I don't
Ware
sit there
had 13 points and 13 rebounds. So it was only Larson with 9 and 4 assists. So, yeah, he didn't necessarily have a good game. Shot 3 of 7, not the worst. Powell did. Powell is just cranking, bro. 5 of 10 from three-point range and 27 points. Yeah, Jaquez had 11 points on 4 15, 0 of 4, but he shouldn't be shooting three-pointers. See, the problem with Jaquez is when he starts struggling on offense, he starts shooting more threes. It's like, no, dude. If you're struggling, drive more. That's who you are. Okay? If it's Tyler and he's struggling and he keeps shooting threes, I get it. That's your game. That's who you are. But if Jaquez is struggling, I don't know why he ends up shooting more threes on days that he struggles. It should be, no, dude, go get the easier basket. Drive for 2. Draw a foul for 3. That's what it is. But, okay. It was weird that they ended up losing. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the one and only Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. If your company or corporation needs custom printing and embroidery, make sure you call my guy, Alan Blanco. Cavs, as we said last night, defeated the Heat 130-116. Miami is 7-6 on the season. Still a hell of a record with the injuries they have to their 2 key players. And even Powell has missed a game. And so they've had some other stuff go on. Hell of a job. Friday, by the way, they take on the Knicks on the road. Tonight, it is the Panthers and the Capitals. At the Emirates Bank Arena. The DC Power beat Fort Lauderdale United last night 3-1. Saturday, they take the pitch again against the Tampa Bay Sun FC. And Inter Miami is off till November 23rd when they visit Cincinnati for the conference finals of the MLS. So we'll see if the boys can get past Cincinnati and move on to the MLS finals. Let's see, what else do we have here? Enjoy the, was it Dick, Big O, how sure are you they are going to fire Mike McDaniel? Well, listen, with our owner, I can't be sure. But again, this only comes because they beat Buffalo. None of you would be asking this, and I don't know why things change after one single win. Don't understand that. But there's no reason to keep him. He's proven to be incompetent for 4 years. So if you want to commit, suicide, business suicide, you go ahead and bring back Mike McDaniel. And I understand some of you fans, like, you bring it up because of one win. Oh, do you think they keep whatever, or they're going to run the table or any of that? I can't believe any of that. Why would I believe any of that? I would think it's 100% that you're going to fire Mike McDaniel at the end of the year. There is zero reason to keep him. Okay? It's just, I don't understand why we would even be changing the conversation. Only because one win against the Bills, you're 3-7. And he's done a terrible job. You're 3-7. He should have won several games already. He should have maybe 6 to 7 wins instead of 3. So why would you keep somebody that continuously underachieves every year? Every roster you give him, he never maximizes it. Meanwhile, the guy that coaches down the street in basketball, all he does is maximize rosters. By the way, the latest is now, so many of you, especially you football guys that don't follow basketball, you're all butthurt with my comment that Spo is the greatest basketball coach in South Florida history. And he is. Okay? I watched the entire Shula career. I lived it. I was around for the entire thing. And I've seen everything that Ron Frazier did. I've seen all the great coaches here. Excuse me, Pat Riley. I've seen them all. This is the best. This is the best. This is the best. There is nobody better than this guy. Nobody maximizes more out of less than I've ever seen than this guy. I mean, look what he's done now with this group. And this is just a bunch of kids. No stars, nobody. It's crazy what he's doing. It's amazing. But he is. He is. And on Twitter, I got such a backlash from some of those guys. And all I would have to do is just go to their timeline and go look at their timeline, and they're just football guys. One guy was just like trying to argue with me constantly. I'm like, yo, dude, you don't watch basketball. Oh, let me go do some research. And he got back to me like a half hour later with, well, they won this night. I go, bro, you didn't watch the guy coach. Get out of here with this. Stats are for losers, like Jimmy Johnson would say. You got to actually really watch the coaching and what really goes on in the different situations, the different seasons and all that. I love shoes, dude. I love Ron Frazier. When Ron Frazier did the college baseball, nobody's ever made a bigger impact in college baseball history than Ron Frazier. He got college baseball on TV, man. So, I mean, the Wizard was, amazing. But this guy, when it comes to working rosters, the blood clot years with Chris Bosh, there were times where he had 3 or 4 different offenses in one year. This guy's special. This guy. I mean, people were freaking out at first a couple of years ago when I said he passed Riley. And then I'm sorry, he did. I love Riles to death. Riley will be the greatest coach architect that we've ever had here, because he's the greatest in basketball. You know, Phil Jackson can't even come close to him because Phil Jackson never built a team. Riley built the Knicks and built this team. And I built this team over and over and over and over and over again. So, you know, architect and coach. But when it comes to just coaching, oh man, I give Spo all the credit in the world. And, you know, it's crazy. And I'm not a young guy. I've been around. I've watched all the great coaches in the history of South Florida. This guy is special, man. This guy is special. By the way, give you an example. Sean, do you know why Kalel Ware is playing better? Can you figure out when you watch the game why he's playing better? Any idea? You got an answer for me?
No, I mean, he's not playing near the paint as much anymore.
Right. They just keep him in that area. They just keep him right there. Don't go out to the threes anymore and all that kind of. Keep him right there. They told him, Spo and company told him, you need to work the area of the paint. This needs to be your domain. And I love that because he changes shots or blocks shots or gets garbage points or anything like that. And it allows them it frees everything up on the outside. And that's one of the things that I noticed the other night. Didn't watch it last night, but I noticed how he told them basically stay away from the perimeter, stay in the paint. That's it. Live in that area there and cause havoc. And that's exactly what he's doing. They kept it simple for him, and he's killing it. And he's played well in the last couple of games. You are correct. So let's hope they figure it out. Ocala Joe is in the house. He says, how is the thick hot chocolate and churros? We haven't tried those yet. We haven't gone there yet. Maybe tonight we do that. I am missing Chick-fil-A, Ocala Joe. Yes, I will say I am missing Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Big O isn't confirmed that McDaniel did a victory drive. He didn't confirm it. I still have a hard time believing it. I still think it's AI. Okay. I don't know. I think he's enjoying it. Here's the screwed up part. You don't want me to believe it. Because the criticism that I'm going to lay on him, you know, because if he did do it, I think it's dog shit on his part. He's a shit coach. All he's done is lose to Buffalo over and over and over and over again. He's won twice out of, 8, 9 times? So what's there to brag about? And why would you do that if you did that? If you did that, okay, if he did that, to me, that's a punk move by a dude that wears those stupid pants. Okay? What kind of coach does that? I don't find that to be cool at all. So that's where I'm a little different than some of you out there on that. I don't believe it was him. I still think it was AI. But whatever. If it is him, then I think he's a horse's ass for doing stuff like that. That's what I think. I mean, if you were the coach and you had what are we, 3-7? If you were 8-2 or 9-1, and you were coming off a year where you went to the AFC Championship game or whatever it is, and the year before that you went to the second round, and the year before that, you were a perennial winner, and you tried that, I wouldn't like it, but at least you've got some juice to do it, bro. Do you think Spo does any drive-bys by anybody? And he's got rings. And by the way, he beats good teams. He just beat the Cavs. Okay, with their team loaded and Miami missing their 2 best players. So, and he does this all the time with less. I don't see Spo ever bragging about anything, ever. That's my kind of coach. My kind of coach doesn't need to brag about anything. My kind of coach stays focused on what he needs to do My kind of coach is worried about his players doing the right thing. And when they don't do the right thing, either in a win or a loss, he's not happy about it. That's my kind of coach. My kind of coach can't be a guy that's got a losing record or maybe a 500 record, has been dogged by the team that he currently just beat, and he's going to go do a drive-by? Troll what? You're a loser. You can't troll shit, dude. You are wearing the aqua and orange. The Dolphins cannot troll anybody for decades. They have been a shit franchise for decades. Who the hell are you? You don't accomplish shit. You're not entitled to talk. You're not entitled to show off anything. So if he did it, okay, he's a fucking clown. And another reason why you got to fire his ass. You got it? So at the moment, I still think it's AI. But if you find out it's really him, well, then now you know my opinion on it. My opinion on it is that it's complete dog shit for him to do that. Because he's a shit coach that has done nothing in the NFL. Who the hell is he to drive by anything? If I'm the Bills fans, I'd be laughing at his ass. Huh, take your charity and go home. We'll be going to the playoffs. That's it. You know, so I don't know. You may not want me to believe that it was really him, when I still think it's AI. But if it's him, now you know how I feel. And if I end up believing it, then it'll be more material down the end when I'm ripping into him and he's getting fired or doing stupid shit. So, that's where I'm at with that. If you think that was cool, yeah, that's not the guy that should be doing it. I know he hasn't denied it, but he said, I live in the area and AI is real. That's how he answered it, Ray. So it's up to you to say whatever. I live in the area and AI is real. That's not denying it, but that's also trolling you guys. You know what I mean? So to me, you're not trolling me. I don't really care. I'm going to look at it like AI. But if you did do it, you're a fucking loser. Let's get that shit straight. Okay? But I mean, that's what McDaniel's proven, that he is a loser. So we'll see. Let's see what else. There's good proof it was actually him. The overblown part is that he was taunting the Bills fans. His home is in the direction of Elbow Room, so he was simply passing through. He didn't acknowledge anyone. If it's true, he had all the windows rolled down. You know what I mean? If Spo had to go through there, are the windows rolled down or are they completely up and you can't see a damn thing? See what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's just, So, True Fin Fan says, facts, Big O. Of course, you and I think alike, If that's real, it's like, give me a break, dude. You're a fucking clown and you haven't accomplished anything. Who are you to troll anybody, dude? Exactly. Pat in Asheville, dude. I love you, brother. This is why you and I get along so well. He says, what McDaniel did was exactly like a player celebrating a tackle down 45-7. Boom. The idiot that says, first down, and the scoreboard says 20-0. It's like, yo, bro, your team hasn't put a point on the board, and you're a clown celebrating a first down. Yeah, that's exactly it. Think about it. The coach was bragging about winning the third win in his first 10 games. Is that true? Laugh my ass off at that asshole. It's true. Exactly. You're 3-7. What are you trolling, dude? It's okay, Big O. Sirianni did that to Chiefs fans. The next year he won the Super Bowl, but he won the Super Bowl. I don't like Nick Sirianni, to be quite honest. But okay, you won the Super Bowl. That's different than winning your third win of the season when you're 3-7. You know, not for nothing, but Buffalo played like they thought they were going to roll on Miami, dude. And kudos to Miami. They came and played ball. I give them credit. Dolphin Dave says he didn't do that. It's all bull. I think it's AI. You know, I mean, it would make no sense for him to do something like that. Horn Dog says, and Horn Dog, you coming by on Sunday? Gonna see you on Sunday? Says Bills fans should ride by his house when he gets fired. Exactly. Exactly. You know, so I don't know if he did it or not. I'm gonna say no because AI is it's pretty scary, dude. Pretty scary AI, what you can do with that stuff. Anyway, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation also, which we always appreciate that. As always, folks, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, what else do we have here? It's been a little rainy today. I've only been here 2 days, so I haven't really had time to, you know. But it's been a little rainy today. Right now, is it still raining, baby? Still raining outside? Still raining outside? No? Weren't you outside a little bit ago? Oh, you were using the phone. Okay. All right. Anyway, so I don't know, but it had stopped raining when we got here to do the show. Hopefully it's not raining so we can go take a walk. There's a lot of beautiful city streets here, man. The architecture, I mean, these are buildings that were built hundreds of years ago. So the work they put into them, just like, it is impressive. Impressive. The building one of the buildings that I put on Twitter yesterday that's the agricultural building with the horses and all that. You look at that, it's an agricultural building, okay? That's what it is for. And go look at the top of that building. They've got horses and a dude riding it, and it's just, you think about all that stone and marble that's on top of this building, you're like, damn, dude, the amount of weight, and to put all of that there the way they did back in the day, ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. The engineering marvels of back in the day just blows you away how these people were able to build stuff then when they didn't have any of the stuff that we have now. Just phenomenal. It really is. Although my wife is right about this, cobblestone streets aren't really like fun to walk on because they're so uneven. I never thought about that until we were walking on these cobblestone streets, and you're like, you know, there's something about a sidewalk that's nice and smooth, and the foot just plants against. But when you're walking on cobblestone streets, it's just like everything's so uneven and stuff. It's just kind of weird. Never thought about that until my wife mentioned it when we were walking. She goes, you know, it's not really fun to walk on these kind of streets. And I'm like, and then I started walking for a bit. I go, yeah, now I noticed that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of, you know, cobblestone is a little different than a regular, you know, smooth sidewalk. But it's a walk in town, and it is beautiful so far from what I've seen. I need to see a lot more. We're going to take a tour and everything and all that kind of stuff. Get the it's called the Madrid City Tours. You hop on and you hop off. That's the one, because the big bus doesn't allow you to hop on and hop off. But the Madrid City Tours one allows you to hop on and hop off. And remember to buy it online, because you save a couple of bucks. If you buy it in person, you'll pay a couple extra dollars. So I think it's like 22 euros or something online, and then 25 or 26 when you get there. So you'll save yourself a couple of bucks. See, you're getting travel tips here. Okay, not only are you getting the show, but you're also getting travel tips here. So when you come to Madrid, or maybe other parts of Europe, you might be able to do the same stuff. Big O, it would be great to meet you in Madrid, flying in and out on Sunday from the UK after a trip to Miami for the Bills game last week. Hope to make it two for two. You will. You'll make it 2 for 2. We're going to win on Sunday. I think our idiot coach we'll figure out that he's got to run the same kind of offense again. If he runs something else, I might just lose my mind. Let's see. Steven says, facts. LOL. They got some streets out here in downtown New York City that have some cobblestone streets, and they're not fun to walk on. There you go. Yeah, I didn't realize it until my wife mentioned it, because I was just walking normal, whatever. And then when she mentioned it, I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not like a sidewalk. How expensive are the rooms there? Oh, dude, I did not get a hotel. We got an Airbnb. So I would not have been able to get a hotel. Would have been really expensive. So yeah, it would have been like an extra $800 or $1,000 or something for me. You know what I'm saying? So we went with the Airbnb. And by the way, fantastic Airbnb. Fantastic Airbnb. So I have no problem with it. It's really, really comfortable. And it's right dead center of the city. We're like a couple of blocks from La Villa Grande. Or what is it? Is it that? Huh? Yeah, so, but it's called like La Villa Grande, right? We're right there. We're 200 yards away from the La Plaza Grande, right? Something like that. The big plaza. We're like dead center of everything. So it was really good. We got a good price, and it's super centralized. And that's what I wanted, because I didn't want to get something on the outskirts or something, and then you're driving constantly. Here, we just get out of the door and we walk. And we can walk to like different areas and within blocks. We're right, different parts. And stuff that you want to see, which is also, really cool. Anyway, folks, we are going to wrap it up. I just want to make sure you all know what's going on. On Sunday, we'll be at the Irish Rover. So if you are coming to Madrid or you're here already, Sunday post-game, Avenida de Brasil 7. It's called the Irish Rover. Avenida de Brasil 7. So come on out. And it's 3 blocks from the stadium where the Commanders and the Dolphins are playing. So post-game, you can just walk on over. It's a 5-minute walk to the Irish Rover. And they got excellent food and drink and all kinds of stuff. So you're going to like the bar. Okay, really good food. All right? We tried the food today. It was awesome. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back on morning show sometime, 10, 11 o'clock, something like that, for you guys there. We'll be back, and then we'll be off on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be back to do the post-game show. I will be at the stadium. I'll post my seat where I'm at, and if any of you are at the stadium, you can come by and visit me at my seat if you want, and we'll do that also. So I'll post that on X. I don't have access to Instagram or LinkedIn or anything. I came with a backup phone, and I only added X. That's the only thing I added. So I'm updating everything through X, and that's it. I'm not updating through Blue Sky and Threads and all that other stuff. So hopefully if you follow me on X, that's usually where I do most of my damage anyways. That's where we'll pass on, and we'll put up where we're sitting. And if any of you coming by, if you're from another country or something, you support the show, thank you out there. Appreciate you guys as always. All right, we are out of here. We thank the great Sean Stanley as always. Got to thank my wife for putting up with me as always. Appreciate all of you out there. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel.